What's going on, comic peeps? Peter Parker Comics here. We have had yet another new comic book day. It wasn't a very big one, I'll tell you that much. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. I got this week. I got another Thanos figure. Got from Walmart. I don't know where else sells toys anymore. It's like a weird. You see his like wrist, kinda. His wrists are really skinny. It's like a weird stretch and flex or stretching something. It's not even stretch. It's like a bend and flex. Yeah, bend and pose or something. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. I can't never say no to a Thanos figure. I like that almost literally every Thanos figure in statue they've made has like his arm, has his hand up. Look at my wrist. Look at my fist. Yeah, cool. Anywho, I picked up Thanos and Venom out of that set. Venom's really cool. Kind of makes sense that his limbs might stretch or move or do weird shit. They had Iron Man and SpiderMan, I think, and then maybe Spider-Gwen? I could be wrong on that. I don't know who else they had. I have another Thanos, but his colors don't really match the other one, so it's kind of an oddball. The old Toy Biz one, also with his fist up. And then this little guy, I like him. I'm gonna put him back up there. Yeah, he can go up there. Good for you. Okay, moving on. Anyway, new comics. This was for the first week of June. I don't know what the date was that day. Jesus. Finally got a camera stand and I can't get it to stand. God, you kidding me. Okay. So, I'm not sure what the date was Wednesday. It was probably 3rd or something. Fuck! Okay, there. I think I fixed it. Paused it there for a second. Ridiculous. Okay. So, new books this week. I literally only got 2. So, Flash came out, which I believe comes out every week now. Because last week I had 2 issues to pick up. This might have just been... Okay, maybe this is just the B cover for 750. Yeah, alright, yeah. I was going to say, I think I got 753 and 754 last week. And 54 was a... What's that dude's name? The new villain? Paradox? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So this isn't a new issue, it's last week's issue. Aha, okay. But it does come out at least like every 2 weeks. I was like, man, I just got 2 different issues last week. And there's another one this week. I was like, no way they come out that quick. And then Nailbiter. Nailbiter returns. I was a pretty big fan of the Nailbiter series back in the day. I mean, I only read the first trade. Which, here's that. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Check it out. I don't know how long it went, but pretty good. So, and I love this cover. All the eyeballs. It's just dope. Definitely happy to have that. And then, so that was it. That was my new books for last week. So really, it was just Nailbiter, because Flash was written the week before that. And I did grab, or I got this, I had special ordered this a couple weeks ago, and it just came this week. With Venom 25 was 2 weeks, or last week, so. Got that blank sketch cover or whatever. And then I did grab another copy of Dead Day from Aftershock. Again, that was another one that came out last week. And I believe I even said in my previous video, that I was bummed I didn't get 2 of them, 2 or 3 of them, because I always try to get multiple copies of Aftershock #1s. Plus it was like zombies. And yeah, somebody I guess kicked it out of their pull box. Suckers. So I was able to score another one from my LCS. And that was it. I just got a couple other back issues. So I mean, to make it a worthwhile video, I'll show those off. I did, I think, also mention in the last video the Lolo Woods Frizzen alert. How I thought Frizzen had done all the covers for Lolo Woods, the B covers, and how I thought I was missing 1 or 2 or something. And I double checked, and this was the only one I didn't have. And sure enough, the LCS had it. And I gotta say, I mean, it's growing on me a lot more. And this is a good cover, but it's probably Frizzen's worst. Worst. It's her worst. But it's still damn good. It's just not like her typical covers. Most of them are like profile or portrait shots, like torso or up, and then or face shots. She makes everything look real sleek and sexy. But even this, I mean, she kind of just her ink. I don't know what it is. Just her style. She even makes a creepy cemetery forest look dope. So I don't know, yeah, it's growing on me more because it's not like her normal stuff, but it is not one of the best. So yeah. Besides that, I just grabbed a couple back issues, and I mean that was it. It was a real light week. Went from spending 150 last week to I still spent like 30. So I got some back issues. I'll show those off now. This was one I wasn't sure if I had already had it. I'm a big collector of like, not just Marvel, well, in general, comic battles, matchups, and stuff like that. But I love anytime there's a few characters. I've shown off my SpiderMan ones before. Cover crossovers. So anytime like Spider-Man shows up on the cover of a title that's not Spider-Man, I gotta have it. Spider-Man, Daredevil, Thor, Submariner, Hulk. Those are my big ones where anytime they ever made a guest appearance or and showed up on the cover, I gotta have it. Whether it was from 60s, 70s, or 80s. I don't really go for all the modern stuff, but if it's a cool cover, if I can get it super cheap, I'll get it. I still collect them, just I don't go out of my way. And this was one of the last, if not the last Hulk ones I didn't think I have it. I might even have it, and if I have it, I'm going to throw it up for sale on my Instagram page. But Omega number 2. Yeah, and it's not just like, I mean, Hulk's been on other covers before, but I go for when he's battling someone. And same with like Thor, just because there's so many. I want him to be battling, being in action at least, like fighting someone. Doesn't have to be another hero or anything, but if they're on the cover in action of someone else's title, I have to have it. So that was one of the last ones, if I even needed it at all for Hulk. So glad to have that. I haven't been able to double check if that was it, but cool book there. And I got a couple Avengers. This one is the first, what do they call it? Star Force, I think? Yeah, Star Force. That Kree team. They're in Captain Marvel movie. It was with Jude Law's character. What's his name? Yonrag. And then Atlas and Minerva. That little Kree team is Star Force. That's their first appearance. And then I got this Avengers book, which completes my Avengers annual collection. I think. I have at least 1 through 10. And I have most of the ones after that, but I might be missing a later one. I don't know if they're still putting them out in Volume 2 had come about. But yeah, there's been a lot of comic characters called Arsenal. Yeah, pumped to have that. I mean, for all 3, I think I spent like $8 total. So I got a great deal. This one's sharp as hell. That's an $8 book all on its own. And that about does me. Oh yeah. These I got not this week, but the week before, and I just forgot to show them off. They were like 50-cent books. 50-cent books. Oh no, I totally damaged this one because it was like minty. Well, it didn't have any big dings. Now it does. I just did that sometime. Zoom. Whatever. Well, this book is sold out. This is sold out. I don't know if any of you guys ever remember this one. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to put it. It's not really a satire or a parody, but kind of a mocks the independent comic world and how the process of putting a comic out and the hype on it and speculating and kind of all the big image boom. Yeah, it's kind of like the bubble pop and shit, but it's more about encompasses the big image boom and books. Every little title's million print. You just gotta create one comic and you're a millionaire and all that shit. There's some cool stuff, black and white, but I think they're kind of spoof. Well, that's more what a parody is. It's not really spoofing on anything. But it just sort of talks about like a comic being made and what it was like back in the 70s versus then the 80s. Joy Division t-shirt, I like that. Just sort of how it changed. I don't know when this came out exactly. I think it came out early 90s. Maybe it's ahead of its time. This came out in '86, so way ahead of its time. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I thought it might have been late '80s, and I didn't really recognize too many of these guys. Must not have done too much. Perhaps went on to make Malibu or something like that. Oh yeah, this is sold out. Just cool all black book. I collect number ones, any and all number ones. So worth checking out. I thought it was kind of funny when I was skimming through it. Got that, and then another dope black cover. Dead World. This is black and white as well. I last read it when like the Walking Dead show started. I was starting to grab up like, yeah, I've read this. Okay, yeah. Isn't this like iZombie? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Editorial. I remember this book. Yeah, my copy's like littered the spine ticks. So, and this one, but this one is a little wavy. So I still don't have a great copy, but this one's much better. Between the two, I have a really good one. Yeah, check this book out. I remember when I last read it, I was reading a shit ton of zombie, like anything zombie I could get my hands on. I just had like eBay zombie #1 and bought everything I hadn't heard of before. There's like Zombie Heart, Zombie War, Zombie World, Dead World right there. There's a few other good ones. But yeah, get that book if you can. There's another Walking Dead series. Yeah, it's called Walking Dead. I want to say that one also came out late '80s. All these have to be like made pretty damn low print. Just never really went anywhere. Oh, it's so cool. Get that, and then this one. Udaman. Udamon. Just a cool #1. Never managed to grab one of these. I had heard of it. Udamon. Udaman, yo. Just look cool. Purple dude. It's #1. Dark Horse. And then this, the last thing I got. Well, I did get three trades, but in the cheap bins there was this cover, just blank, or just the cover, so detached. And I was like, oh man, that's lame. But I flipped it over because I thought I saw this when I was skimming through like the back of the book. So I was like, oh, I swear I saw a really old, like an old Silver Age book, and it was this. Tricked me. And I managed to get it for free because there was not a comic. I brought this up to pay for it. I was like, hey, this was in there. I mean, there's no book in there. Can I have it? I mean, I'll still pay, give you 50 cents for it. I was like, oh, you can have it. And I'm pumped because this is going to be I'm going to bag and board this. And it's going to be like I have the first appearance of Legion of Superheroes. Fuck yeah. What was that, Lightning Lad, Lightning Boy? I've never been a Legion fan at all. So I never planned on buying this book or even this one. But I'm a big first appearance fan, aren't we all? But never thought I'd own one of these or even a reprint of it, and boom, don't have to. See, this is good enough for me. Just having a cover of it. I can slide it in the bag and board. I might put like a nothing crap whatever dollar book behind it just to sort of thicken it up to make it look like a real comic. And I know the original would be a little thicker. Comics were a little wider back then. Yeah, I mean, I'll throw some boards on it. Maybe I can get a wider board in there, and it'll just kind of overhang a little, and it'll look like the spine or anything. Make it look a little more legit. It looks fine to me. So super pumped to get that. Definitely my pickup of the week right here, the month, the year even. This would be probably in like minty grade like this would be like a 10 grand comic, if not more. But no, it would cost you an arm and a leg to get a First Legion, so cool. That's gonna go up on my DC first appearance wall. Happy to add it to the collection. Whatever. I don't know if I saw this solicitation here. I don't know if either of these 3 books had or these other 2, sorry, had a reprint on the back, or cover pinup thing in the back, but now I want to hunt down all the anniversary books they did and see if they all have them. So I know like Marvel did that a few times. They did it on the official Marvel indexes, like Fantastic Four and SpiderMan. They have covers on the backs of those, which are cool. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Beyond that, just got these couple trades. My shop's been doing like super discounted used trades, like $3 or $4 each, and I got a few last week. I got a Planetary and a few other things. And I looked through it again and found this gem. Cowboys and Aliens. I've seen the movie, never read it. Forgot it even was a comic. And I've been meaning to revisit the movie, so I'm going to fucking read it before I do, and it'll be fucking great. Pumped. So that's a great deal. And then I got this, which does include your first Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, Death of Spider-Man Fallout. Includes collecting Ultimate Fallout 1 through 6. You guys can't really see, it's blurry, but yeah. I don't own the first Miles Morales, so this is cool that if I ever want to reference it or read it, I can look at it. I'm not a big fan of anything Ultimate Spider-Man at all. Not a big Miles fan. I know when they were doing, like, leading up to this, or around this time, they had, like, I think it was, like, Death in the Family, or they did a couple little arcs that I just couldn't get into. I don't know. Especially just the end of Ultimate Spider-Man in general was just really... I don't remember much of it. I think at the same time I had just read House of M, Spider-Man, and I know a little bit before that they had done the Brand New Day or One More Day and brought Aunt May back, and then it's like, is Gwen alive? Well, Ultimate Spider-Man Gwen's different. Now I'm mixing the two universes, but I don't know, it was just confusing. Like half the time, damn it, lost my flash. When I read these, I never knew, like, in some of the stories, the world already knows Peter Parker Spider-Man. Some of the time they don't. Sometimes Jameson's kind of on his side. Sometimes he's with MJ. Sometimes Aunt May's alive. Sometimes she's young and hip. Other times she's old and frail. And I don't know, around the just 2000s, 2010 was just a hard era to get into any Spider-Man. And I kind of did most of my... Because I got back into comics then. So when I went back and read all that, I read it all at the same time, and a lot of it just blurs together. So, and my last pickup was this. You guys can't see it as well, but you can get the gist. It's Essential Spider-Man. These are the black and white ones. They do include the covers in there, which is cool. That's cool. Just some cool stuff. I'm going to show at least one cover. Yeah, there we go. And I've just basically got this to be an adult coloring book. I'm going to fucking do some my own colors in there. Includes 1 through 20, first annual, Amazing Fantasy. Cause I already have just about all those issues. I'm missing a couple. I don't have a real Amazing Fantasy 15, but I'm missing like 2 of those other issues. I already have the Marvel Masterworks collection. I've got other Spider-Man graphic novels that contain those, like the Spider-Man first one. So if I ever want to read them and in color, I can do it. I have it. So I figure I've always kind of wanted to pick up another copy or a cheap copy or whatever to do the, I don't know, just take some time and color it all myself. I'm looking forward to that. I get to color some Ditko art. Alright, well, Scorpion. Okay, that'll do me. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, feel free to check out my other videos. If you like, you can give me a thumbs up, you can subscribe, you can get notified if you want. I usually do at least 1 video a week, if not more. But I daily post on Instagram, so feel free to follow me there. I'm always putting out more content and listing books for sale. So if you ever want to buy some books, that's where to go, where to catch me. Aside from that, have a good night. Stay safe out there. Hope you guys can get back to your local comic shops if you still got them. And that's it. Bye for now.